Looking at the Leafs, it was an identity game last night. Some would say.
Was it? I'm so confused. Like, because remember the first time they played Colorado?
They spanked
when
them.
was it? October, November?
Yeah, they spanked them like 8-2 or something.
Yeah, it was 8-3. But remember going into that game, we were talking about how, well, it was one person in particular who sparked a debate, calling it a must-win game. It was like, it's a real test. I'm like, but is it a real test?
Were the Avs not banged up to start the year?
I believe they were missing a couple players.
They're always hurt.
And now the Leafs are missing a couple players. Mm-hmm. I mean, one big one in Marner. Say what you want about Mitch Marner, but Mitch Marner is part of the core in Toronto. That's a significant piece to not have.
And he's pretty good.
Yeah, like he's good. Like I get his playoff performances, but like it's the regular season. That's what he's very
Some
good.
would say he's a nasty player. And
yeah, he's pretty good when he's on his game.
And especially against a team like Colorado, which we know are so offensively driven, losing that penalty killer, because everyone forgets he's a big part of that penalty kill, especially with that aggressive style. Marner's great for that kind of stuff. But it was the reason I joke it's identity. It was 4-1. I think it was they went into the second intermission. It was 4-1 or 4-2.
I will go double check, but it was 4-1 at a point.
Did you see what Milan Lucic did? I think there was a post about it being 4-1, and he just left a comment saying, "I've seen this before."
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. He was on the 2013 or 2012, 2013 Bruins, so totally fair. Totally fair.
Washed up in Calgary.
No, I can't even be mad. Yeah, it was 4-1. It was 4-2 going into the third.
Oh, okay. So, Alex, I don't think it's obviously not acceptable to lose 4-1. Oh, sorry, to blow a 4-1 lead in overtime. We know that. And I don't think the Leafs give a damn about a pity point. They're not chasing a spot. They're they pretty much guarantee the playoff spot already, which is kind of funny to say. But the Atlantic is just such a top-heavy division, you could say. Yeah. It's really just Boston, Toronto, the Florida teams, and then it's just, what's going on here? Detroit are on the up, as we know, but still. I thought it was just simply an example of you have really good teams and you have elite contenders. I think right now the Leafs are a really, really good team, but they are, I think if you were doing a tier list, as we love to do on this podcast, I think it's fair to say Colorado are the top of the tier. And we joked a couple of seconds ago that they're always sort of banged up, but the state Colorado were in last night, they were healthy. They're just a really good team that don't give up. And you give them some power play opportunities, and they're right back in it. I thought it was a good win by the Avs, but I don't think it's as disappointing a loss. It's still unacceptable, but I think it was a bit different from other sort of blown leads.
Well, okay, I'll start with, you bring up the power play. I saw a lot of people talking about the refs last night on both sides. This is my opinion. I thought they were abysmal left, right, and center, for both teams. Again, I'm not going to use the referees as an excuse, because if you actually go look, the Colorado Avalanche did not score a single goal on the power play. They scored 0 goals on the power play. Now, were the Leafs tired after being on the power play? I'm sure. But again, I don't think it's a good excuse to say, well, the referees, they scored 0 goals on the power play. That being said, it's still unacceptable that you blew a 4-1 lead. Am I mad? Yes. But I thought I walked into this season saying the regular season doesn't really matter. And I think a lot of people did, including other fan bases. So I'm not going to get mad when they blow a 4-1 lead in the regular season. I got mad earlier this year because there was a large stretch of games where they were playing half-ass. Mm-hmm. That's different. That's a mentality right there. But I think to look at this as one game and say, you know what, let's blow this thing up. Not that I'm saying people suggested that, but to overreact to this game, I don't think it's fair. Not fair. It's not what I'm going to do.
I think that's fair. You save your bullets, right? It's
Right.
yeah, there are games to get upset about. Losing to probably one of the best teams in the league, probably like favorites to win the cup right there in Vegas. You know what I mean? There's I think you can give not give them a pass, but you cannot be mad, but you can be disappointed.
Right. Like, am I upset that they lost? 100%. But I'm not going to go on a rampage about them blowing a 4-1 lead to the Colorado Avalanche. It's just not worth my time and my energy.
The dogs are losing it right now. I
Really?
hope that
No, I
the
can't hear
Zoom settings are. I muted myself for a bit there, but I'm hoping
okay.
you didn't pick up anything there. Like, can you hear anything right now?
I heard one. It was very quiet.
There were two, so there's another one.
Doom is a blessing. Okay.
Okay,
we lost the plot.
Mm-hmm. So you know what's interesting also around Toronto is when I heard Nick Ritchie's name last time, I'm like, oh yeah, that's interesting because he's on waivers this week. Cleared, was still with the team. What did I miss that? What was the? Why was he on waivers to begin with? Was there cap stuff going on or?
Well, I'm sure it gives them, I think, the flexibility to move him down into the taxi squad.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Which would then relieve some cap space. Again, like he had a mixed game for me last night. He had a goal on the power play. He did make some noise in front of the net. He did his job, but at the same time, like there was just those glaring errors where it's like, Nick, you can't do that, man. Like he had that penalty towards the end of the game where he cross-checked someone right into Riley. It's like, man, what are you doing? Like you can't make those mistakes.
I'm not gonna lie, part of me was really hoping Colorado were gonna score there, just so like the Twitter thing of Nick Ritchie was gonna kick into overdrive, but no.
No.
Devin Taves, by the way. Wow. Did you know I think he leads the league in, I think it's plus minus, which is like, whatever. But he also leads defensemen in points per game, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he out for a period of time? Is that why?
He did miss the start of the year, yeah. And then they went on a stretch once he came back where they hadn't lost in forever. And now they won like 10 straight home games. Mikhail Makar is, again, my estimation, the best defenseman in the league, but it's almost kind of like I relate it to have bias. Suck it. I don't care. The Andrei Markov to PK Subban almost. You know what I mean? There's that steady guy in the background that's there. I really like Devin Taves. And my goodness, him, obviously he was a big part of that Islander system, but seeing him sort of with a leash off playing with Colorado is a sight to behold.
Yeah, 100%.
I hate how good that team is. And the embarrassment of riches that is their back end.
And they want to trade Sam Girard.
And if only the Habs weren't god awful. You don't get them. Man, Sam Girard, if they had Sam Girard on their team versus Tampa, maybe they don't lose in 5. Maybe they win some more games. Maybe they do the thing, but they didn't because Bergevin sucks and didn't want to. Anyway.
Let's not talk about Bergevin.
He's a clod. So many words to say about Berge.